Hello, my planty people. I have some repotting to do, especially since we're in the beginning of the grow season. Um, Pretty much all of these right here are Hoyas, except for this big, beautiful Monstera white monster. I know it's not very white monstery at the moment, but I'm hoping the more light I give it, it will get more variegation on it. All of these very badly need some repotting for different reasons. And so I figured I would just kind of talk about that as I repot them. Some of them are like the same plant. Like this one here is supposedly a Hoya Super Silver. This is also a Hoya Super Silver, and so is this one. So I think I'm just going to combine all three of those into one because I really don't need three of those, but I would like one large one. And then these little Hoya lacunosa intervariegated, I've had them since like the fall, I believe, and they came in like these little tiny cups of pon. So I think they're finally about ready to be repotted. And I'm going to put these together as well. And we'll go ahead and talk about the other ones as I pot them up. So yeah, just another beginning of the growing season repot. Try to give these guys the best chance that they have or that they can have for the growing season. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I think we're going to start with the Hoya Super Silvers just because there's three of them. I've been wanting to do this for a while, put them all together. And with my Hoyas, most Hoyas, not all of them, but I've noticed most Hoyas, especially these ones, like the super silver ones, they kind of like to be treated more like a succulent. They definitely do not like to sit in water because they have these like thick, waxy, almost plastic-like leaves that can hold and retain a lot of water and moisture. So this should be pretty dry. The other ones are definitely dry. And I just want to put them all together because, like I said, I don't really need three of these plants, but having one very big bushy one would be awesome. So that's going to be the plan with these. Get it out. I might actually even reuse some of this soil because I just put this in this pot not too long ago. Don't know about the pot though. I might need to get a bigger pot just depending on the roots of all of them. So we'll see about that. Trying to do this outside because it is the first day of spring, March 20th, 2026. It's a really nice day. It's not windy for once. However, because it's not windy, it probably feels about 85 degrees on this Toyo. Stop. Not right now. Probably feels like about 85 degrees on this porch. Sorry, my dog just almost knocked over my camera stand. He wants to play. That's all he wants to do. He wants to play, play, play all day. I just like really need some of his energy, honestly. Okay, so pretty good. Nice big thick root system here. Let me grab the other one. One of the other ones. Now, okay, I know that this is a super silver. It's just weird that so this one is like really, really silver, this big one, and the super tiny one, because the tiny one was let me grab it. Tiny one were cuttings off of this big one. So essentially these are, the same plant. This one I found at the nursery, and it's just not near as silver. I try to give it like as much light as possible, but it's just like, I don't know, it's not silver. And I want it to be. But, at the same time, putting it in with these other ones, it might, create some contrast as well. So I'm okay with that. And maybe it will get more silver, like the bigger it gets. I don't know. We will find out. This one here, and I'm still going to put them together, and I'm just going to keep an eye on them and spray them down. I've been struggling with aphids with like a lot of my plants inside for some reason. Finally, I've pretty much gotten rid of them for the most part, except for this one. I found a couple on earlier, so we'll definitely be trying to take care of that as well, but I just wanted to get them in a pot together first, because I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, but I've been trying really hard to just wait until now for the growing season, because I don't know, I just didn't want to mess them up or anything. I had a knife, I had a butter knife, I don't know where it is. I don't want it right now. What did I do with it? It's probably buried in here. Oh, there it is. Okay. This poor thing really just needs to be repotted, period. Like, these were cutting propagations that I did, and I just stuck them in this little tiny pot, and they've been doing great, but now it's like they just need water all the time. So I know it needs a repot. Now I just need to figure out what pot I should put them in. Kind of want like a short but bigger pot. This one might work. Yeah, this will work, I guess. It's gonna have to. I already need more soil. I just did a soil mix like a couple weeks ago. No, like 2 weeks ago? I don't know, whenever I did the last video. And I'm basically already out of soil. For plants that don't like having a, big pot, these certainly do have quite the decent sized root system when you just let them grow. That one there. Well, I think I'm gonna love this. This is gonna be a big old super silver bush, which is exactly what I was wanting. I'm super excited for this. The hard part is just getting soil in all of the pots or spots underneath the bush. Let's see. This little baby one on the side is probably going to get a little smush, but it's all going to grow together anyway. It'll grow together eventually. Okay, what's next? I think we'll do these guys next. These are Hoya lacunosa intervariegated. This one has been doing great. This one looks like it's struggling. I really just think it's not getting enough water. I did get these shipped to me in these little containers with pond. So what I've been doing is just kind of setting them in a tray of water. Once a week for a little while, trying to get to help them, get as much water as possible. But I think they're finally ready to be potted up. I've got these back in the fall, but I wanted to wait because they're so tiny and so fragile that I wanted to make sure that they had a good, strong, decent root system before I messed with them. Looks like they're pretty good. So I'm going to mix, a lot of this pond with some of my soil to make sure, it's just so that they're not totally in shock. And they still have a pretty chunky mix. Toil, I don't want it. We'll play later. So that, it's not just straight from pond into soil. So we'll do that. I think this will look good. I like the dark because these have such light variegated leaves. I think that'll look nice. And we're just going to put them in another little pot. Like I said, they don't like big, huge pots because they like to dry out. As far as I know, most Hoyas, the way they grow is they kind of stick their roots to things in the wild. So that's why they kind of like more of a chunky mix. They like to dry out. They like to be airy. So that's what we're gonna do here. Mix some of the pond in here with it so that it's nice and chunky for them. Like these, I have been babying so much because they came to me like so tiny and so fragile. And I also have a lacunosa soma that also needs to be potted up. I don't think we're going to do that one today. Maybe. We'll see. Once we get through all of these other ones. I think, well, I wanted to get another one. I had 2 of those and one of them died. Like, that's how fragile they are. I got them from the same place, in the same condition, in the same pond, in the same everything. One of them is doing great. The other one just completely died. So that was my plan, though. It's like, I'm putting these together. I wanted to put the somas together, but I guess that's just not in the plan unless I get another one. So we'll see. We're gonna have to just see about that. It's doing good though. The one that survived is doing good. But yeah, I've just been babying these like crazy because they're so tiny and so fragile and didn't want anything to happen to them. But now I think it's finally time, now that it's growing season, to get them into a better mix, a bigger pot, put them together, see what they're gonna do for me. I think they will appreciate the nutrients of the soil as well. So I don't really think they were getting anything in the pond. I mean, I was giving them fertilizer in like the watering tray, but just, you know, the pond doesn't really hold on to anything. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these little babies are going to do for me over the growing season. Hopefully I can get them to at least double in size at the least. That is my goal. Okay. The Hoya lacunosa intervariegated. I think these are just so gorgeous, and I'm very excited to see what it's going to do this year. Okay, this stunning thing is a Hoya Wyetii. Um, I am in love. Look at the coloration on these leaves. Stunning. This is new. I've had this for about a week. I've been letting it acclimate to my house, but I want to pot it up because it's in a substrate that it's soaking wet. It's just been wet all week, and Hoyas do not like to sit in water. And it just makes me more comfortable when it's in my substrate and I know what I'm doing with it. So that's what we're going to do with this one today. Oh, it's got a really nice root system. Awesome. Just want to get this stuff mainly off of it. Like, we'll leave some of this substrate, and then I got to figure out a pot, of course. So, but anyway, I found this at the nursery about a week ago, and I couldn't believe it. It's so pretty. I had never actually seen one of these in person, and it is just stunning. This plant really, like, is just so stunning to me. I love the coloration of it. It's got like pinks and reds and whites and yellows and greens, and I'm just totally in love with it. So happy that I found it. There was only like 2 or 3 of them at the nursery, so I feel really lucky that I found it. And it was really cheap too. It was only like $16 US dollars, so lucky find on this one. Very happy about it. And I am extremely excited to see what this one does because it already has grown since I brought it home. There's some new growth somewhere. I'll have to find it. But yeah, it's like already growing. And so I think it's going to do a lot for me this year. I'm hoping, at least. Very much hopeful for that. And this one too, I think, because these leaves are they're thick and waxy and almost plastic-like, it'll probably be like the super silvers, like just gonna let it dry out in between waterings, give it as much bright, indirect to direct light as possible. They do like a lot of light, especially for variegation. I wouldn't say put it in the direct sun unless it's used to it. You want to acclimate it to the direct sun, but it does, pretty much all of my Hoyas do get some direct sun throughout the day where I have them. So yeah, lots of light. Let it dry out in between waterings, kind of very similar to succulent and cacti. I need to go find a pot. I'm hoping this will work. I love this pot. It's so cute. Hoping it will work, at least for this year. It should. Let's see why it wouldn't. Just make sure I get all the leaves up here. There we go. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. And it'll look so good in there. It'll pop. Whew, so excited. Okay. Let's do this. And that's one thing I do absolutely love about Hoyas is all of their crazy colorations. They're so stunning. And then I love putting them with pots that are so contrasting, so that everything just pops so much more. I love that. Love that. Okay, that's good. It's funny with the Hoyas, like I got the super silver, and at first that was like the only Hoya that I thought I liked, and then I started finding more and more of them that I was like, oh my gosh, these are like so pretty and so cool. And now I am officially a little Hoya head, honestly. I have quite a few of them and I love them so much. Of course, there are still a few that I'm just like, meh, I don't know, whatever. I can't think of them right off the bat, but yeah, I don't know. I just love my Hoya. Definitely a little Hoya head. Cannot help it. They're so pretty and unique and different. Like, they're all so similar in the fact that they're all Hoyas, but then they're all so different with different like shapes and sizes and colors, and it's just so fun to me. And like I said, pairing them with pots that make them pop even more is absolutely one of my favorite things to do with them. I know I like to use my clear pots too, but with Hoyas, like their root systems don't really get too thick. Like they don't really grow very thick roots, so it's not really necessary for me or beneficial for me to put them in clear pots. So getting contrasting pots is what I like to do for them. That's why I put the little Lacunosa inter variegated in that kind of grayish blackish pot, because they have such light leaf colorations. So again, the contrast. And this one too, it's like the leaves are super light. So I put it in this black pot and I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful. and I'm going to feel so much better with it now in my soil mix. I know it's going to dry out. I know it's going to be okay. It's going to get the nutrients that it needs. I mean, I know you know that I, fertilize my plants too, but a lot of these substrates that you get them in, like this stuff, like it doesn't really hold on to a lot of nutrients. So the soil that I use is Fox Farm Ocean Forest Mix, and it already has a lot of nutrients in it. On top of, like, I, give my plants a diluted amount of liquid fertilizer pretty much every time I water them as well, and they love it. They just thrive pretty much all year. They do really well for me with the mixture of things that I have given them over the years, and this is what I have found works best for me, at least. And of course, everybody, is going to be different. Everybody's preferences are going to be different. But these are my preferences and what I use and what my plants seem to like the most. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Okay, let's see this baby. Love it. I'm so excited for this. So excited to see what this baby's going to do for me. It is absolutely stunning. The Hoya Wayettii. So pretty. Okay, this one is also absolutely stunning. I have already forgotten the name of this, so I will put it in the video. I found this at Home Depot. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see, trying to help you guys see the splash on there. I know it's a Hoya something splash. I'll put it in. Such a stunning, beautiful plant. But it also is in that, like, stuff. Like, I've had this for almost, like, I think 3 weeks, almost 4, and it's still wet. And again, we don't like that. So I do the same thing with this baby. Give it a fighting chance. Get it out of this wet stuff and into my stuff. And it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. And that's what I mean. I'm like, this one looks so different than the Wayettii. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but look at how different it is. Like, both are Hoyas. You take care of them pretty much the same, and yet they can look so different and are equally so beautiful and stunning. I just love it. I love it. Yeah, I can't believe, like, the amazing Hoya finds that I've been getting. Even throughout the winter, I'm like, what? This is crazy. Like, last winter, I feel like every time I go anywhere, like, there were like no plants anywhere. This last year, this last winter though, it's like, my gosh, even just going to Home Depot randomly, I'm like, I found this? What? That's crazy. So pretty. Oh, don't want to pull that apart. There we go. I'm trying to get as much of this off as possible. Maybe I can use my little, this thing here. Kind of thick in the middle. I don't want to let go of it. I'm trying not to rip the roots too much. I mean, it'll be okay if you do a little bit, but it's not a massive root system. So just trying to be a little bit gentle with it. I guess that's good. It'll be alright. Now I need to find a pot for this one. And this will be perfect. And again, you know, nice and contrasting. We'll make these leaves pop. Beautiful. So excited. I keep saying, I can't believe these beautiful Hoya finds that I've been just kind of stumbling upon. It's kind of blowing my mind. So pretty. So exciting. All right. Last but not least is the Monstera White Monster that I also just happened to stumble upon. This one I got at the same time as the Hoya Wyetii from the same place. So they're, I don't know, this one, the same thing. It's like it's been wet all week and I don't like that. So we're just going to pot it up into my stuff and see what happens. I think this one is definitely a little bit in a more of a tiny bit of a chunky mix than the other ones, but it still like has been very wet all week. And it's got a pretty good root system from what I can tell. Probably could benefit from a bigger pot. Yeah, look at this. It was all winded up in there. Okay, yeah. Definitely needs some help here. Okay. That's a lot of roots. Oh, okay. I hope they're not. Oh, okay. That's rotten. That one's okay. It's still good. Still good. We're just gonna. Ew. Ew. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to do a little surgery on this one. Let me get my cutters. See, and this is why. You know, I pot them into my stuff because a lot of these plants, I'm like, if you leave them wet like this, they get root rot. So clearly don't want that. At least most of this is good. I'm glad that I did this now. I would have just left it and had no idea. I think, let's see, I don't know, I need a pot. I always need a pot. Never prepared. I just like to look at the root system first because you don't know really until you pull it out how big of a pot you're gonna need. I think I will just go with another clear one for this one so that I can really, you know, keep an eye on the roots, especially with this one because this is supposedly a white monster, which are becoming a little bit more readily available, but are still kind of, you know, on the rare, hard to find side. So definitely want to nurse this back to health as much as I can. So I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on these roots to make sure that nothing else happens. Very glad I checked that. Very glad I caught it before anything else happened as well, because I really want this plant and I want it to do well, and I think it will now that I'm repotting it. This might be the easiest repot ever because it's just sitting right where it needs to be. How nice. Let's get that soil down on in there. Wow, guys, it is hot out here for spring. I feel like we are in for a massively hot summer. It is the first day of spring and I am sitting out here sweating. Very hot out here for spring. And even this winter was really like one of the most mild winters I think I have ever in my life witnessed here in Reno. I think it snowed maybe twice and it was like warm all winter. Like it wasn't hot, but it was definitely warmer than what I'm used to, for sure. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting the soil into all of the holes. Don't want a bunch of air pockets in here. The other thing I love about these clear pots is, you know, when you do need to keep an eye on roots, they're really convenient. And then they're also extremely flexible, so you can just push things and shove things wherever you want them to go. And okay. These up. Okay. That should do it. Like I was saying earlier, it's like, yeah, this is a white monster. There's really not a whole lot of white on it yet, but I do know it's a large form. Got these interfenestration. It does have some white on it, so I'm hoping, you know, the more I take care of it and kind of nurse it back to health, hopefully the next leaf or so, however many leaves next, it'll give me some more white. There was another leaf on here that I cut off of it because it was like yellow, obviously because it was rotting. But that one did have a lot of white variegation on it, so I have hope. I just, you know, saved it, took off the rotten roots, so hopefully it'll do good. That's all we've got. I'm going to put them all together again just to show the finished product of everything. Okay, so finished product, the Monstera White Monster. Hopefully we'll be fine now. And the Hoyas. I'm very impressed, very excited about this big old bush here now. It's exactly what I was going for the Hoya Super Silver. Hopefully this guy will be good as well now that it's in some soil that can dry out. Same with the Wyatii. Look at the colors on that. I'm just obsessed. Look at this one. My goodness, look at that thing. So pretty. And then the Hoya lacunosa intervariegated. These are two plants that I put together. And I hope to do the same with the Soma once I get another one, if I can get another one. There's definitely going to be more of this to come. I have a lot of cacti and succulents that I think I want to put together, kind of trying to like compact some of the plants because I have no more room. Yet I still want to go to the nursery and buy more plants. So I'm going to try to compact some together this summer, this spring, and hope for the best. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, fantastic planty day. And I will see you in the next one.